Hi guys, Veggie Wrestling back and we're back guys. I'm so sorry about having to take a couple of months off. They were very eventful months unfortunately, but I just didn't have any time to get you a Veggie Wrestling video guys. It's obviously been very busy on the Veggie Gamer channel and so on and so forth. But, oh, Woozle's here as well by the way. Waiting to go out for a WALK. But yeah, so sorry about missing a couple of months, guys. Like I say, it's been an eventful couple of months, it really has. But I absolutely had to get my predictions down for the Royal Rumble, guys. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's by far my favourite pay-per-view. When the WWE comes over to the UK, guys, I'd absolutely love it to be a Royal Rumble. More than WrestleMania, guys. I know that a lot of people want WrestleMania, but for me, Royal Rumble is where it's at. I absolutely love it as an event. It's so cool seeing, like, you know, your mid-carders and your top guys all in the ring at the same time, guys. I feel like it is particularly unpredictable this year. I feel like the last couple have been fairly predictable-ish. Obviously with the Bloodline story and everything like that, but this time it really is wide open, guys. There are so many people, particularly in the men's match, which you know, I have no idea. So we'll be going through my predictions today, guys. We'll go through, because apparently there's only 2 other matches outside the Royal Rumble, so we'll cover those first. And the Women's Royal Rumble is finally getting filled in, guys, because very often women's wrestling does feel like a little bit like a booking afterthought, in my opinion. And so, like, the Men's Royal Rumble has been like this huge thing where, like, people have been coming out saying, yes, I'm going to win it and everything, like people interfering and everything like that. The women's really has been extremely lackluster until this week. This week they've actually started to announce people and everything. Obviously Charlotte Flair is a huge announcement for it, but I have absolutely, I don't know, guys. We will go through my predictions for the Royal Rumble in a moment. Obviously, guys, let me know your predictions, who you want to win the Royal Rumble, both men's and women's, and who you think is going to, and if those picks are different. But let's get through the other matches first, guys. And so we have the Tag Team Championships, a DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns, guys. I'm not sure if I've talked about Motor City Machine Guns on this channel yet, guys. But I used to watch a lot of TNA back in the day. Like say, like, oh my goodness, like 15 years ago. That's crazy. No, it wouldn't be quite that much. Like around, like, 12 years ago-ish. And obviously the Motor City Machine Guns were there and everything, and I always enjoyed their matches, guys. They weren't like, you know, my favourite thing on TNA or anything, but seeing them in the WWE after all this time of them being in TNA is just so surreal to me that I'm absolutely loving it, guys. When they won the titles a couple of months ago, I rewatched that match so many times because that was just so mind-boggling that the Motor City Machine Guns are the WWE Tag Team Champions. And so, absolutely delighted for them, guys. Obviously, DIY are back to being heels again, which I believe that they were in NXT, I think. And there's a lot of different things. I know that Johnny Gargano was a part of something called The Way as well, wasn't he? Austin Theory, I believe. But yes, I'm really not too sure. Apparently all NXT stuff is going to be for free on YouTube now, as in the archive, because obviously the WWE Network has gone away. I believe that Win Regal was tweeting out about all NXT stuff appearing on YouTube now, so maybe I should go and check out some of the older stuff. I feel like the current state of DIY, from what I've seen, because obviously I'm a main roster guy, this is probably the best stuff that they've done, honestly, because I feel like as babyfaces they never really got over as much as they are expected to, I guess, and so I feel like they're probably settled a lot more better into heels. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I feel like they're probably better as heels than babyfaces, but like I say, I ain't seen the NXT stuff. Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, it's too early for DIY to drop it. I feel like, oh, I don't know. The good thing with the titles now is that you have, like, titles that last years, but then you also have titles that last like a month, you know. And so I do personally think it is too soon for DIY to lose it. I feel like what we might get is because also we're going into WrestleMania season. I feel like we might be getting a tables, ladders, and chairs match, maybe, with a bunch of tag teams. There was a 4-way tag team match last year, which was fantastic. It really was, guys. If you've forgotten it, go back, because it was absolutely insane. That was when Chad Gable was at the absolute height of his potential push. And then he just lost to Sammy clean, like, what, 4 or 5 times? It's like, oh, back to the mid-card with you, Chad. It's such a shame. It's such a shame, because I really do... Babyface or heel, I think he could do both. I think I really like his current heel gimmick. I really do, but all those losses, over and over and over again, it just killed him. It just killed him. And so, so maybe American Made will be a part of this match as well. I really like American Made, guys. I like the one who keeps on laughing all the time. I don't know why. I really like the fact that he keeps on laughing all the time. But I think that DIY will retain here. Maybe Motor City Machine Guns will get a WrestleMania moment, which would be even more freaking surreal. I say surreal, guys, because TNA and WWE have just signed a partnership, haven't they? So, so I think we're definitely seeing a lot of TNA people turning up this Saturday at the Royal Rumble. Not least, guys, I believe their current world champion, I think, is definitely going to show up. I really do, guys. I believe that Joe Henry is champion, guys. I know that everyone likes his music. The weird thing is that I even when I went to Clash of the Castle in Scotland, everyone was singing the Joe Henry song and everything. But only like a while afterwards, I finally went onto YouTube to look up some old John Henry stuff, and I realised that I saw a clip of his years ago, guys, where he was, who was it he was against? It was against Mr. Anderson or Mr. Kennedy, take your pick. And it's like some Pokemon parody. And I remember that doing the round, you know, like ages ago, but I didn't realise it was actually him, because he like doesn't have the white hair and everything. And so it's great, where he's like he's basically singing a song, he's singing the Pokemon theme, but it's all about Mr. Kennedy or Mr. Anderson, where he keeps on, he's only able to say his name. Basically, that's the joke, but it's also very funny because Pokemon ships him. So go and check that out, guys. It's on YouTube. It's very, very surreal. So I reckon that Joe Hendry's definitely turning up. But before we get to that, let's get into the undisputed WWE Championship ladder match, guys, between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Now, I've seen a lot of people picking that KO is going to win this, guys. A lot of people saying that he really should. I've even seen some people, I disagree with this, guys, but I've even seen some people say that this current version of Kevin Owens is the greatest work that he's done. From what I've seen, guys, because I haven't seen his indie stuff, but his WWE stuff, I disagree. It's kind of, he's wearing a comedy shirt and he says that Cody used to be Stardust, and that's kind of it. I'm being unfair there, guys. What I think I'm saying is that he's bringing a bit too much humour into what is meant to be this actual broken friendship storyline, you know. That's just my take on it. Not to say that I'm not enjoying it. I'm just not saying it's the greatest thing he's ever done, you know. And so I do feel like that KO should lose and will lose. Obviously, if he does win, we know who's going to be winning the Royal Rumble. That's not true. It could be a couple of people. I should really say now. So if Kevin Owens wins, it will either be Cody who face him at WrestleMania. Obviously not winning the Royal Rumble, because that'd be weird, losing a title and then entering the Royal Rumble. But maybe at Elimination Chamber. But I think the more likely ones are one, Randy Orton, who I'd love to see return at the Royal Rumble, or the most obvious one, Sami Zayn, because of all the history and everything. I've got an opinion about Sami Zayn, but I'll talk about it in the Royal Rumble section, guys, because I know I'm absolutely in the minority. By the way, guys, I'm drinking water out of a plastic bottle today in honour of Triple H. I'm not going to spin it everywhere, don't worry. I think, despite the fact that the crowd was very quiet, I really liked the CM Punk and Cody Rhodes promo that they shot on each other on Raw. I thought that was great, and so I feel like they kind of teased two potential WrestleMania main events. Obviously, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, and I feel like they kind of teased Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, which, to be honest, guys, I would absolutely love. Obviously, that wouldn't be for the title, though, would it? Unless Roman wins it before WrestleMania. But either way, I feel like it is looking like it's going to be Cody Punk. I feel like after that promo between Punk and Cody, for Cody to drop the title to Kevin here would kind of really water that down. And then what are we doing? Are we going forward with a Punk-Cody match without the title? Which means that Punk won't be headlining WrestleMania, which is apparently his thing. I think that Cody's retaining. I feel like he should retain, but I know that there are a lot of people who actually do see, who have predicted and want Kevin Owens to win, and so each to their own, guys. I really like Kevin Owens. I really like Sami Zayn, but I don't agree that this is the greatest version of KO that we have seen. But no, again, each to their own. So now we get over to the Royal Rumbles, guys. So let's do the women's first. So these are the names which have been announced for it so far. Like I say, a week ago, I think it would have literally been Charlotte and Bayley. Maybe Nia as well. But now we've had a few more names popping up, guys. I feel like we're gonna. I feel like this is going to be where we get a lot of NXT people coming out, guys. Obviously, we had that. Jordan. I can't remember her name. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But I feel like she'll be showing up anyway. I believe that she has actually signed with the WWE now. She came out last year, guys. She's built like an absolute beast, seriously. And so I feel like she will definitely be a part of this as well. Is her name Roxy Perez or something like that from NXT? I think has been heavily hinted at potentially being in this as well, because I think that her time in NXT is done. But the big news, I mean, like I said, there isn't really that much big news, guys. And we think about who the champions are right now. It's Rhea and obviously oh no, it is. It's what's her name? Tiffany Stratton. Jeez, for some reason I thought Tiffany Stratton was the Intercontinental title. What is wrong with me? And so yeah, of course. So it's Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton. I have heard people saying that there is talks of a Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton WrestleMania match potentially. I would definitely prefer that than running back the Rhea Ripley. I mean, Rhea Ripley rivalry. Obviously, that would be the third time they faced at WrestleMania. I do think that Becky is also going to be coming out. Becky Lynch is also going to be coming out. I do feel like it's time for that now. So, quite frankly, it goes down to the four horsewomen, guys. It's going to be either Charlotte or Becky. I don't think it's going to be Bayley, by the way. I know a lot of people say that you're Sky, but I feel like that's just because she has a huge fan base, you know. And fantastic, guys, absolutely insane in the ring. I do feel like that considering she was champion at last year's WrestleMania, I don't think they'll do it. But see, who I'd want to win it, I want Bianca Belair, because I feel like since I even going back to Big Time Beck's the birth of that gimmick, I feel like Bianca has never gotten back to the level that she was at. I feel like it's very easy to forget how over Bianca Belair was, guys. I mean, it was insane. And sure, the crowd still go crazy for her, but she was super over. And then you have a babyface lose like a 10-second match. Oh, God, you can't do that to a babyface, guys. You can't. You can't. It makes them look like an absolute idiot. You know, the whole shaking the hands thing. So sorry, guys, I'm sounding like such a mark here. But then again, you know, I feel like talking about wrestling in this way is a huge part of wrestling, and so do excuse me. But the whole thing where Becky went to shake Bianca's hand, I don't know why I'm saying having trouble with a name thing, guys, but Bianca's hand, and then turned it into a manhand slam or something like that, and then won in one move. Do that to a heel. Don't do it to your most over female babyface you have. And I feel like Bianca has never gotten back to that point, guys. And so, quite frankly, I would love her to win it. What that would lead to, I don't know, because obviously she's tag team champions at the moment. But obviously, there's a potential Jade Cargill coming back. I feel like if Jade does come back, because obviously she's going to want revenge on whoever attacked her. There's talks of it being Naomi. God bless her, guys. I can't imagine Naomi being a convincing heel. Has she ever done it before? I don't know. She just seems like too much of a nice person, you know. It's same as, oh, what's her name? The, Heart. Nikki, is it Nikki? I feel like it's Nikki. Nikki Neidhart. Okay, Neidhart, I can't remember her freaking first name, but I feel like it's Nikki, I'm sorry. Natty Neidhart, thank goodness, there. I feel like her as well. You just can't take them seriously as heels, you know, because they just seem like lovely people. And so, no offense to them, guys, seriously, it's a compliment. Naomi being a heel, guys. Okay, you know what? Prove me wrong, Naomi, which I know I shouldn't say in a wrestling video, but prove me wrong. I feel like if we are going to get this Bianca Jade WrestleMania match, which has basically been talked about since the day that Jade showed up, for some reason, I feel like Jade has to be the heel. I mean, you know what? I would love to see evil Bianca. What is wrong with me? I can't say Bianca Belair today. I would love to see evil Bianca. You know what? I really would. But I don't know, guys. Is Jade over enough to be babyface against Bianca Belair? I don't know. Either way, I want Bianca Belair to win. Unless Asuka's back, in which case I'm obviously going to want Asuka to win because it's Asuka. But the names that we have so far, or any like likely predictions and everything, Bianca is the one that I want to win. I feel like right now, because Becky hasn't been announced, it's going to be Charlotte. And if that leads to Charlotte, I would want putting... I don't know, actually, I don't mind if she beats Tiffany, actually. It's going to be very interesting, guys, because I'm getting the feeling that Charlotte is going to have a very different gimmick. Because they've had all these promo pictures, promo packages of her, like on expensive boats and all this stuff, and wearing expensive dresses and everything. I'm very interested to know if it is going to be a heel persona, and what it's going to be like exactly. And so... because if she's going to be babyface against Tiffany Stratton, guys, Tiffany is a popular heel, guys. It could be like when Rhea and Charlotte fought a couple of years ago. The crowd was clearly behind heel Rhea, and against Becky last year as well. But you know what? I don't mind it being Charlotte. It would be the first time that anyone's ever won 2 Royal Rumbles in the women's division, wouldn't it? It would be. I can see it being Charlotte. If it is Becky, I don't really know what you do unless you run back the Rhea stuff. I still really resent the fact that Becky, the commentators in last year's WrestleMania match, just kept on mentioning the fact that Becky had like... I was going to say head cold. It was something more serious than that, wasn't it? But they just kept on mentioning it. I was just wondering... If they hadn't mentioned it, the match was still brilliant. And so it only took away from Rhea's win, you know? And so maybe they're going to run that back. But, I don't know. I would prefer to see Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton. But I want Bianca... I want Belair to get back to being as over as she was. Because I feel like I say, guys, I feel like it's easy to forget how over some of these wrestlers were. Belair was so over, you know, and she's phenomenal, guys. And from what I gather, she didn't grow up watching wrestling or anything. Obviously, she was into like gymnastics and everything. But my God, she doesn't have... I mean, she has aura, as everyone keeps on saying, guys, you know. Everyone keeps on saying the word aura, I should say, at the moment. But she really does. Imagine her doing a... The thing is, if she went heel, they'd have to change her music. And her music is freaking awesome. Oh well, I want Belair to win. That's my. I don't think that's not my prediction. So I want to win. My prediction is actually Charlotte, and I would prefer Charlotte than Becky. But we shall see. Or Io could win it, guys. Seriously, I'm absolutely up for that. You know, she is absolutely fantastic. But there we go. There's my very confused pick for the Women's Royal Rumble. Now we got the Men's Royal Rumble, guys, which is obviously... I mean, they're saying it's going to be the biggest Royal Rumble of all time. The minutes we got so far: Bron Baker, CM Punk, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, John Cena, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Penta. Penta, sorry. I'm not that experienced with him, guys. So I was just second guessing myself on how to say his name. Rey Mysterio, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Seth freaking Rollins, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Let's talk about Penta first, guys. So I watched for the longest time I watched a podcast called Wrestling Inc. Which has now ended, guys, and so you know, the three best from that show are now doing another show called Gigantic Pop, and so I have heard and they would talk about AEW and WWE stuff, and also Stash Club talk about AEW as well, and so I've heard of Penta for the longest time, but I've never actually seen his matches. Absolutely loved his debut, guys, and obviously his match against Dunn as well. I think his promos are surprisingly good. Despite the fact that I wouldn't even say it's broken English. It's quite simple English, and then he goes into Spanish as well. I still feel the energy from him, you know, and so that's pretty skilled. So I think that he is going to be an Intercontinental title holder soon-ish. He did give an eye to Bron Breaker, not Baker, Bron Breaker on Raw this week. I mean, that's going to be a cool match anyway. I freaking love Bron Breaker, guys. He is, he, I do feel like down the line could be absolutely the biggest babyface in the company. But he's very good at being heel as well, you know, and so, I don't think Penta or Bron Breakker are going to be winning. I do feel like they may even start the night. You know, in fact, Stash Club Wrestling, they did point out something very noteworthy. Actually, is that right now, no offense to him, but Jey Uso, the most over thing about him is his entrance. And so, does that mean that you definitely have him go 1 and 2? And I think it actually does, guys. Despite the fact that he was number 1 last year. I feel like you can't just stop. Unless you have someone like Bron Breakker, maybe, just clear the ring. You know, just all the TNA guys, just throw them all out. You know? Although, like I say, I'm fully expecting Joe Henry to be in here. And so we get a Kane-style moment where Bron is left on the ring, and then you let Jey have his entrance, because Jey, right now, his most over thing is his entrance. I think his matches are good. I think his promos are good. I do feel like when they're not very simple, he does get a little bit unnerved. That's just something which I see in them. Maybe it is there, maybe it's not. I'm so glad that we takes the glasses off for his promos now, because I don't like it when people wear these big glasses for the promos, guys, because you can't see what they're feeling, you know. God, I sound like such a mark again. I'm sorry, guys. Apart from Macho Man, who everyone knows what he was feeling. My goodness. But not everyone is Macho Man. Randy Savage, I should say. I feel like Jey is actually one of the more likely ones to win it, guys, because right now he is super over. If you wait another year, that will have diminished. I don't feel like that's particularly a bad thing. I feel like I have to skip through his entrance now because I honestly find it a bit annoying, because it goes on for ages and it's always coming through the crowd, and it's always with some musician who I've never heard of before. I have absolutely no idea what you do with him at WrestleMania if he wins it, though. And so, is it just going to go up against Gunther again? I hope not. And so, despite the fact that I do feel like Jey, because he's so over at the moment, you want to try and capitalize on that. I don't think he will win. I think he may actually be starting the Royal Rumble for a second time in a year, which would be pretty unlikely for him. Sami Zayn, guys. I'm going to keep this brief because I don't want to sound too harsh. I've come to the conclusion, guys, that I kind of hate babyface Sami Zayn. I kind of do, guys. To me, he just goes around moaning all the time and sulking and saying that everything's unfair and how unfair his career has been, despite the fact that he headlined WrestleMania last year. No, it would have been the year before. It would have been the year before, yes. And so, yes, this... I do feel like it's almost like a bit woe is me sort of character, you know? And there's no... And he can do that with, like, say, Cody Rhodes, like, had a year after losing WrestleMania and, you know, building his character back up. He had an energy about him where it was, like, this positivity. Whereas Sami Zayn's promos are always him having a moan. That's just my take, guys. I know that I am absolutely in the minority there. And so there we go. I just thought I'd say that. So that's why I kind of hope that KO doesn't win. Because if KO wins the title, it's definitely going to be Sami. And I feel like, no offense to either of them, compared to any... I just feel like... I mean, that has... Okay, let's put it like this. That is night one written all over it. Then. Maybe not even headlining. You know? And so... that's my take on Sami. I don't think he will win. I know that... I feel like a week ago, a lot of people were saying that it's going to be Sami. But he's doing this whole thing where he's accidentally hitting people at the moment. And so that obviously often leads to a heel turn. I kind of like it because I am entitled to my opinion, guys. I am not a big fan of Sami Zayn when he's just coming out and saying everything's unfair and I'm an underdog. And yeah, anyway. I'm sorry, I love his music and his matches are always fantastic. Okay, but yeah, his babyface gimmick I find a bit grating, I must admit. Shinsuke, not a hope in hell, but I would love it. Because he's already one of the mid-card champions, isn't he? So let's get into it, guys. Obviously, we have Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. I don't see Seth Rollins winning it. He is someone who I really feel like desperately needs a gimmick change as well. I feel like he could do well with going heel at the moment, but I don't know if that's likely to happen. LA Knight, not gonna happen. Chad Gable would be wild, but it's not gonna happen. Drew McIntyre, of course. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. The ones who potentially have a chance, in my opinion, of winning it: John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. Is there any chance that they go for Logan Paul? I don't think so. I would say the default one would be Cena. I won't be against it. Because you can put him up against... that would be... If Gunther is going to be champion at WrestleMania, which I don't particularly want either, though, guys, because I do feel like since he's been doing this honourable champion thing, I feel like his character is kind of diminished. But if he is going to be champion at WrestleMania, it's got to be John Cena, right? Like, out of anyone. Especially after this whole Punk thing with Cody on Monday. Because Punk versus Gunther could have been amazing. Could have been absolutely amazing. But I feel like if Gunther is going to be champion at WrestleMania, it kind of has... Unless Logan Paul... No. What am I talking about? Sorry. So I was thinking maybe they could somehow make it John Cena versus Logan Paul, but I don't think that's going to happen. And so, if Gunther's going to be champion at WrestleMania, I feel like Cena is an absolute must. I honestly, do I really... No, you know what? I was going to say, okay, I am a massive Roman Reigns mark, guys. I really am. He's gotten me through some dark times in the last few years, guys. So I am absolutely a massive Roman Reigns fan. I was long before it was fashionable to be. I would prefer, this might be a bit controversial, I would prefer Drew McIntyre to win it. Maybe leading to... No, I don't know, guys. I don't see it happening, but I'd like Drew to... Drew has lost a lot. And he's brilliant at it, guys. He's one of these guys like AJ Styles who can lose over and over and over again now, and it doesn't diminish him, which is incredible. But at the same time, I would love him to have a big moment again. That being said, if it's for a title or not, I would still love to see Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I feel like that would be amazing. I feel like that would be absolutely amazing. And they kind of teased it on Raw with him coming out during the 2K25 cover art reveal. Although he did mention Punk then as well. But then Punk's favour with Heyman could be something to do with facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But that would obviously need Roman to win a title, you know? And so, I'm honestly not sure where it's going. If it's Drew versus Roman Reigns without a title involved, I'm all up for that, guys. Pardon me. If Gunther is going to have the title at WrestleMania, in my eyes, it basically has to be John Cena. Because I can't see any other match either like coming anywhere close to being as big an event as that. I personally would like him to drop the belt before WrestleMania, but at this stage, we're getting into the road to WrestleMania, guys. I'm not sure if that is going to happen. And so, it's difficult, guys. Who do I think is actually going to win the Royal Rumble? Drew is my pick for fantasy booking, but I don't think that's going to happen, and also it doesn't really make sense. Roman, I would absolutely love as well, obviously, because I'm a massive Roman Reigns mark. I mean, it's all down to what this favour is. You're right, Monkey. We'll go in a second, don't worry. But I feel like the most likely to win at this stage is CM Punk. The cool thing is about with all this, guys, is that there are so many different ways you can take it. Like I say, if Gunther's champion at WrestleMania, I personally do feel like there is only one way you can take it. But because he's been through everyone else already, you know, apart from Roman, obviously. But Roman versus Gunther would be such a weird match. I can't see it happening. Because Roman always has to be the focus of his storylines, and I mean that in a good way, guys. He is, like, his storylines. What about Seth's storylines, Sami's storylines, Jay's storylines? Everyone's storyline Drew McIntyre's. All people's storylines revolve around Roman, and I'm sure that some people are sick of that. I absolutely love it. I love it. I think it's so well done. I wish that there was this good writing in the women's division, quite frankly, because there really isn't, guys. I'm a massive Rhea Ripley fan, guys. I've said it before in these videos. I think that she's probably the best women's wrestler of all time already, in my opinion. I know it might be controversial. But that being said, the stories are always so basic, you know, and it's nothing to do with the talent, guys. It's 100% the writing. Because the women's division is incredible at the moment, possibly the best it's ever been. CM Punk is most likely to win it, so I'm gonna go with CM Punk. I would want either Drew or Roman to win it. That ain't gonna happen, I don't think. But the second most likely, I think, is John Cena. Because what else do you do with Gunther, guys? If not, I'm going to leave it there, guys, because this video is getting way too long. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know. Okay, if Gunther's going to be champion at WrestleMania, who else would you have go against him? Who? Chad Gable would be amazing. I'd be all up for that. But it ain't going to happen, though. And so I feel like either Gunther needs to drop the title pretty sharpish, basically at Elimination Chamber, or is Elimination Chamber for a title shot, or is it for the title at the moment? Is it for the title? I feel like last year it was for a shot at WrestleMania. I actually can't remember. I think it is for the title, isn't it? I can't remember, but maybe you have him drop then. But to whom though, guys? Maybe Roman. I mean, Roman CM Punk is also a match which is obviously being eyed for the future as well. But personally, I'd really like to see Drew versus Roman, if it's for the title or not. But my pick for the most likely one to win it is CM Punk, followed by John Cena. There we go, guys. This video is way too long, so I'm going to love you leave and get this weasel walked. Let me know your predictions in the comments, guys. It's an early kickoff time for Royal Rumble, which is excellent, which means the show starts at 11 PM for me, rather than 1 AM, which is a lovely feeling, guys. So I really hope that gets normalised, and if it gets a little bit earlier as well, it'll be even better. But anyway, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. I've been the Veggie Wrestling, and I'll see you next time.